Something huge is about to happen with XRP. And right now, you need to look at different indicators. This is the scientific investor family, where the normal retail guys learn to become the next top 10% of the world. As we look at the macro scenario right now, you see dollar becoming super strong. The dollar index is flying through. We were literally looking at this index on a weekly and following this for some time. But right now with the Fed making it even stronger, this is breaking high, and that is not good for a lot of currency. If you are in Canada, if you are in a different country which has a lot of stuff to do with US, now you have hardship. This is just the daily volatility which you're observing here. You look at 5 days and it's like, okay, it's still volatile. On a monthly, it's like, the currency is losing value. You go on a yearly and you're like, okay, the trend itself is changing. You go on a 5 year and you're like, okay, we are going back up. Will we reach this high? But at the same time, you need to understand that was not the high. And it does look like this is going to be a bull flag. Now, that's not just one particular currency which you have to look at. You go through a lot of different currency and you see like, okay, this is trending higher. On a yearly, it's losing a ton of value. You look at this, where it started from and where it's at right now. And you look like, okay, last 5 years, yes, it had a lot of value back in 2018 and early 2021. But right now, those who were here inside this currency in just 2 years, they lost 30-40% of their purchasing power. And this is the previous high you can see here. But if you go back in history, you can see even higher. So what I'm here showing you is that there is something big happening in macro terms. We all are going to see that. And it's not just one or two guys talking about this and, Patrick Bet-David highlighting it like it's just the beginning, or this is just the beginning, he says, means, okay, they are about to do something worse. And on the other side, the market has an uncertainty. This is not small stuff, because the market does not like uncertainty. Now, yes, this was the uncertainty for Ripple case with the SEC, but right now it's kind of nearing an end. But I would like to highlight this. We all had that thought process of, okay, what if the case gets solved by September 19th and it's not happening? And even Brad actually gives you a time frame of 2 to 9 months. So at least he's looking for something early next year. But I really don't know. This is the positive stuff. Don't go depressing. It's not depressing. The fact of the matter that he is highlighting this just means I don't think the price is going to stay the same when the case is solved and XRP is not a security anymore. Because if that's the case, a lot of people are going to run in and then the price shoot up. All of these people make money. The market usually does not work that way. Imagine this. You get the clarity and you, me, my brothers, your brothers, families, friends, relatives, everyone buy, the price goes up, we are all rich. Usually that does not happen, right? So what's going to happen most likely is if you anticipate that the case is going to go this way, XRP is now going to be a security, it's going to be listed in different exchanges and get a lot of more demand, then that definitely will push the price before that. Now, yes, if it's going to $6 and you get the clarity, it's going to like $20, $30, who know how high it can go, right? So big run up would be from here, because from $6 to $30, you get 5x. But from here to that $6, you get 20x. So you need to understand we are at 0.3, right now 0.4. And if you are able to do a 10x, we reach $4. 15x, you reach $6. So if you are looking for big numbers, you should be thinking about averaging down. Now, why is that? The entire altcoin market right now looks like this. On a daily, yes, you see a lot of volatility, but when you actually zoom a little bit out, on a weekly, you look at this and say like, okay, we have not even moved much for some time. We're staying here. We do wick lower at time to time, and the volatility is a part of crypto market. But what is interesting here is that this resistance if you look at this level of resistance has been taken out because it starts from here and kind of ends here. So right now, if you observe, this is the average level which you can put in, and you broke that level. The price literally came down to this point. So usually we say breakout, retest, and a bounce. This is what we want to see in the price action, right? And then to get more clarity, you can just zoom in, look at it on like 4-hour, 2-hour, whatever you want. And this is what we are talking about. You actually get a break to the upside. That's great. And if the price comes lower to retest it and the market says like, okay, I believe that's a strong breakout and we are going to go higher, that's usually when this happens. Fine. Now on a short time, can we consolidate here with what Fed just did? That is a huge possibility. Maybe another couple of days you may consolidate. What if the price skyrockets without letting you wait? Great, that's another possibility. You can't say no to anything right now in crypto because when you break higher, the general common sense in any market is trend is your friend. Don't just go say like, okay, the entire market is going down, so this one cannot go up. Because we have seen assets which trend higher and do the entire cycle to the upside when the crypto is in bear market. Inside the crypto market, they are here. People do make money. So if it's an asset like XRP with a ton of volume, with a ton of fundamentals, and it's breaking through your resistance like this, say first you broke through this level. It was cool. You didn't even get much of a retest. Now you're breaking this level. So if you get a retest there, that's healthy, I would say, because the next level you're targeting is like here. So you are going to continue higher. And remember, this is just getting started. This is one of the reasons why a lot of people are becoming so excited about XRP, because if it's breaking through this range, which it is breaking through right now, you look at this level of resistance and the trend, and you see like, okay, this is now gathering momentum. It's now starting to trend higher. So if you look at the bottoms like this and you say like, okay, that's the trend I'm looking at. Now you literally say like, okay, this is what you are going to see. A 6-7x move in terms of Bitcoin. So either Bitcoin has dropped all the way down to 3,000, 4,000, or Bitcoin stays somewhere close this range, plus or minus 5-10%, and XRP goes high. So that 7x, if you put in terms of price, you come somewhere here. Now, what does that actually mean for the price? Because as soon as you go above the 6x, as soon as you reach that 7x range, where are you right now? Just keep this in mind. This is the breakout of this particular pattern here at the bottom with a measured move of 7x, which pushes you all the way up close to the all-time highs. Zoom a little bit out, you'll understand what I'm talking about. This range used to be your resistance, and your measured move right now is way above that. So what you are looking at is not just going to test that $3 mark. You are looking at something much bigger than that. Because now on a 3-day chart, you look at the RSI, you can just double click here and look at where it is. It is reaching that territory where it is usually becoming oversold, and when it enters there, historically speaking, you can you don't have to take my word for this, right? You go in and you check like, okay, historically whenever it reaches here, what happens in the price? Historically, when it does this after a bear market, a long consolidation of being below this territory for a long time and then getting here, what happens in the price? You don't have to take my word for that. That's the history, right? That is what we are looking at. For a long period of time, we've stayed below this. Right now, we are going back up. Now, to get even more clarity, to reduce even more noise, you can just go into a weekly or monthly, whichever time frame was your friend, and look at like, okay, this is better understanding. This is breaking through a long-term range where you trended for a long time. Now, take this as a range, but you can also be a technical guy and say, okay, this is the trend line which I observed. Great. Here, you had a different trend line. Here, this was your trend line. You broke that, you retested that and bounced. Great. So that is something what we are looking at here. That is one of the reasons why when I say the XRP has a lot to go higher, has a lot of room to the upside. You look at the volume and it's not dropping too much. We were below a billion and right now we are staying close to 2, which is double, and I think we went up to 2.5. That's daily trading volume in an asset which is not listed in majority of the exchange in US, which is the biggest economy. And then you're like, okay, that means if they are going to relist this one, you're going to see even better run to the upside. Now, that being said, understand the major ROI gainer would be the first 10-15x, because after that, as you all know, it's not going to give you much. Here, yes, Ether is low. If you remember what we talked about Ether when it's actually breaking the key level, we did say that you are going lower. And if you look at where the price is right now, we said that before, right? Now there is no denying the fact that these kind of stuff happen. This is just a measured move and you told, okay, this is going to be the range we are looking at. Right now the price reached that level. Now, it's not magic, it's normal common stuff which we do. There's a previous level of resistance, you put a line there, look at what the price is, plus or minus 5%, you understand that. Now, why plus or minus 5%? You can go into a daily, you see where the wick here is, and that's your standard deviation on that particular range of resistance. Then you go below to see where your standard deviation for the support is. It's here. This candle wick down here, and it's here for this one. Now, this is your standard deviation. So if you are looking at this, you can literally say like, okay, there is a huge possibility, even if Ether comes as low as 1,150, it can still bounce and maintain this trend. So it's not completely bearish what we are thinking and talking about here. But on a macro, you will have to agree that if the price takes out this level of support, it's kind of looking so bad for Ether. The merge was, hyped like it is going to be great for the price. But what you are observing right now is that it was not, or at least the investors does not believe it was. So where do you think this money is going to move out? Look at this. This is the market cap of Ether right now. This is the market cap. Look at where the market cap of XRP stands. When people say there is a lot of supply, this is your market cap. So if the money is moving out from here, where do you think this is going to go? It's going to go into top 10, 15 coins where there is a lot of liquidity, so they can enter and exit whenever they really want to. See, yeah, they may put 5% in small micro caps, but the majority is going to go into the top 10, 15 coins. Now, keep out the stable coins and you'll see like what are the options there. And in those options, you even have Dogecoin, you even have SHIB, right? So most likely, it would be that small percentage of your portfolio where you are gambling or high risk stuff. The other area would be more likely, okay, you look at Binance Coin, you look at XRP, Cardano, you name those fundamental coins and you're like, okay, I think Polkadot can do well. I think Tron can do well. Like you put their money there, maybe 5%, maybe 20%. It's up to the risk tolerance. But the difference here is massive. It is like 6-7x of XRP volume. So even if it actually happens on like next 2 months, 3 months scenario, that is going to push the price up. And the dominance here, the dominance, what we are observing is that it is breaking and it is giving you that indication that it is going to get overpriced. Now, whether you are a strong fan of XRP, strong believer of XRP or not, as an asset, it's going to be overpriced. And that's the time where you should exit. It doesn't make sense if you believe it's entering a bubble territory for that time frame. Either you're a very short-term guy, long-term guy, very long-term guy. It depends on who you are. If you are a very long-term guy who's here for next 10 years, maybe $30 is not a bubble for you. You'll have to wait for $100. I don't know about, $50,000, but $100. But if you are here for next 1, 2, 3 years and the market is cyclical and the market is about to go down after this, it does make sense to take profit at that territory. Now, how do you understand that? We do this all regular times, right? We try to understand where there is a bullish divergence, and the bullish divergence for XRP came in and it did show us it was about to reverse. because we got a bullish divergence here where the price was trying to make a double bottom. The RSI was suggesting you it's trending higher. Now we are trying to break higher. As you zoom in, you will see the candle closes way below the current price. So you literally had a breakout. On a daily, you got the confirmation, and on the daily, you are looking for a retest and bounce. So the price is now volatile, and as we observed, it is retesting. So with the macro happening here, you do have to keep in mind, like, there is a lot happening, and you need to focus on those which actually put a lot of uncertainties in the market, because uncertainties, the market does not like that. Investors does not like that. And if Fed is about to do another hike, maybe 50, then another, maybe 50, then another, maybe 25, other countries have to do this, follow up, or else they are getting smoked. We've talked about the situation happening. And right now, some of these are kind of, developed countries, but yeah, the gold reserve and other stuffs, that's there. But the way this is devaluing, the pace at which this is happening, it's concerning, because if you rely on the other country and you import a lot of stuff this way, it may not do well. And especially if you sell something to that country, which is dollar-based country, and you sell in dollar, now it's costing you more to sell at that price. So that's common sense. And if you are here and you're asking this question like, okay, I do see like there is a lot of assets in this market, which one should you look at? If you are looking for fundamental assets, which is trending higher, if you are looking for a medium risk, high reward structure, that's a different one. If you're looking for a high risk but high reward, that's an entirely different asset, right? You may have to go through different assets. And if you are looking for that kind of updates, you can look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below, where you can literally see what are these assets which we talk about and what are these measured moves. Because some may only give you 5x, where some is showing you 100x. Now, even if it's 100x and you get 50, that's huge, because in the 5, you may get 3. The conservative approach. So you take the measured move in a wave structure, you take the measured move in a pattern approach, and say, okay, what if the price is only going to 70%? Am I happy with that? So you are handling your money. You need to make sure you understand what you really want. So guys, that's it for today. And if you like the video, please do hit that like and subscribe button. I'll meet you on the next video. Bye-bye.